One of the most common meters in Latin poetry, other than dactylic hexameter, was the elegiac couplet. Ovid and Catullus, among many others, used elegiac couplets frequently. This form derives its name from elegy, a song for a dead person. Its true historical origins are unknown, but it was used for quite some time as a funereal meter. The elegiac couplet's use was expanded in many different directions over time, including into the realm of erotic or love poetry. In fact, in Roman times it was by far the most common meter for erotic poetry. As the couplet part of the name suggests, the couplet is a series of 2 lines. The first line is in dactylic hexameter, the second is in pentameter. This sequence repeats itself for the duration of the poem. We have already discussed dactylic hexameter, so we can focus on the line of pentameter. The line of pentameter is divided into 2 parts of equal length. Each part contains 2 feet and a long syllable. As in dactylic hexameter, the last syllable of the line can be long or short, but it is treated as long because of the pause in between verses. In the first half of the line, the 2 feet can each either be a dactyl or a spondy. In the second half, they must both be dactyls. At this point, let us look at an example and scan it. This couplet is actually an entire poem, Catullus 85. Odietamo, quarid faciam fortasse requiris, nescio sed fieri sentiet excrucior. The first line is standard hexameter. Note the elision between the od and et, and quare and id. Its first 5 feet are dactyl, spondy, dactyl, spondy, dactyl. The second line is pentameter. Remember that each part contains 2 feet and a long syllable. In this line, we have a dactyl first. The O in nescio and scio is often short in poetry, followed by a dactyl. The last syllable of fieri is the long syllable that closes out the first half of the pentameter. Note that either or both of those first 2 feet could have been a spondy. The second half must be 2 dactyls followed by a long syllable, and indeed it is. With the elision between sentio and et, we have exactly that structure. The break between the 2 halves, according to elegiac style, normally comes at a word break. This is true in the couplet above. Fieri ends the first half of the line. When a rhythmic break accompanies a word break, we say that it is a diaeresis. Thus, almost every line of pentameter will have at least one diaeresis. Finally, strict elegiac style generally requires that each couplet be self-contained in sense and grammar. It is also common for there to be some kind of grammatical break between the hexameter and the pentameter. The elegiac couplet, like the dactylic hexameter, was a specific form that still permitted a great deal of artistry and poetic imagination.